I mean, all these big corruption cases are transnational. So sometimes we report in Eastern Europe, but we report, for instance, one example is we reported on this big money laundering network that, laundered money for the Sinaloa Mexican drug cartel, all the way to Latvia in Europe, and involved lots of companies from various countries. And nothing happened at first in Eastern Europe when we reported on this, but the government of New Zealand decided to shut down 1,700 companies that made up this platform. So you see, I mean, for the corrupt, and the criminals, working across many frontiers is a strength. But that's also their weakness, because when you manage to find an entry point into their network and you expose the network, some countries will act, some will not, but you'll hurt them anyway.
This is, I was talking with Nigel Off from Malaysia Kini yesterday about the Prime Minister's unexplained $1 billion in his bank account. Thinking back to the Watergate scandal, which is what caused the most powerful man in the world, Richard Nixon, to resign the U.S. presidency.
Not relative, by the way.
There were three forces in U.S. society pushing on Nixon. There was an investigation by the judiciary, a federal judge who was in effect acting as an investigative magistrate, and he had prosecutors and the FBI in back of him. There were impeachment hearings and investigations by the U.S. Congress. And then there was independent media led by the Washington Post. It was not just Woodward and Bernstein that did Watergate. You had three distinct forces, and they were playing on each other. The FBI was feeding to the judiciary and linking to the Post, and the Post was pushing public opinion, which pushed the U.S. Congress to investigate, which created more information. The problem with Malaysia is the prosecutors aren't going forward with anything, and the Parliament is not going forward with its own independent investigation. So what you've got are independent media who are out there alone, and they're being banned and movements to restrict them further. So this is a bigger problem than us. This is where I think a lot of you come in, building structures and institutions to help enforce accountability. We need reasonably honest cops and prosecutors, judges, and civil society to do our job. Otherwise, we're going to end up in an alley in not too good shape.